Okay, let's talk contagion, right? Because obviously, I mean, there's a lot to analyze with the whole FTX bankruptcy, but let's see who's being impacted. So I know Solana took a major hit after the FTX crash news. I mean, they dropped over 50% like the day after. Who else is vulnerable?
Yeah, so clearly Solana dropped, but I will say that even though Solana dropped, it was due to the fact that FTX was holding a lot of Solana tokens. I think the Solana developer ecosystem still has the ability to maintain itself. I think the developer ecosystem is still there and they're still building. I think that other what this news really exposes is that other centralized ecosystems that might have done similar practices, like we saw that crypto.com just laid off 50% of their workforce. This type of thing FTX is not the first company that did this. BlockFi, Celsius, Nexo, Voyager, Vault, they all experienced similar situations. What I will say is that I think smaller projects in the Solana ecosystem will likely suffer from some of the initial price drops, but overall, the developer community will survive. It's just some of these centralized players that are causing some of these reverberating effects.
Let's explain that a little bit to our audience, right? Specifically with how Solana was impacted, right? Is it because FTX was a disproportionate holder of Solana? Like, why is it? Because I know Solana has been impacted more than any other layer one.
Yeah, so ever since DeFi summer, which was that time period in 2020, right after COVID hit, where DeFi became very popular. There was lots of great activity. There was lots of new innovations. FTX as well as Sam Bankman-Fried were major proponents of the Solana ecosystem. They purchased a lot of Solana. They also had a lot of illiquid Solana. And just due to the fact that they held such a large supply of this asset, that ecosystem grew just because they were promoting it and advertising about it. Um, and overall, this caused a lot of attention to the Solana ecosystem. The problem is that it happened way too quickly. What it means is that when these protocols were building, they just they built stuff, but they took a lot of shortcuts. They optimized on speed as opposed to safety. And due to this, bad practice of software development, a lot of Solana protocols suffered. We saw the Mango Markets hack a few weeks ago, where the market was drained due to a bad borrowing and lending system. This is a result that they were building too quickly and they weren't putting the right safety measures. So, in that sense, Solana has suffered a lot, and it has a lot of rebuilding that they need to do.
Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit, just because I can see you're so high level in the space. Our audience isn't necessarily so high level, so I want to sort of provide a broader view, right? So it occurs to me that with all these cryptocurrency companies and protocols invested in one another, it's really the whole infrastructure that really needs to be examined. It's quite precarious because if FTX goes down, kind of everybody else goes down with them. Do you want to talk about the infrastructure a little bit?
Yeah, so crypto in many ways is very intertangled together. Because we talk about this concept of money Legos. With DeFi, money Legos means that all of these different DeFi pieces can fit into each other in different Lego piece like architectures. And so in that sense, DeFi is all interconnected. On the other side of the spectrum, there's a lot of bridges. Bridges are the things that keep crypto connected. Bridges are the things that connect Solana ecosystem with Ethereum, Ethereum with Polygon, Polygon with Avalanche, Avalanche with Cosmos, et cetera, et cetera. Overall, everything is intertangled. What I will say is that even though there are a lot of these interconnected pieces, crypto itself is in many ways anti-fragile. Even if FTX fails, along with some of their interconnected projects, crypto will find a way to survive. They'll find a way to stay relevant, and overall, these ecosystems will figure out ways of building on top of each other. The key is that in future situations, how do you avoid that contagion? In future situations, how do you never trust another FTX again and make sure that everything is open source, audited in an open DeFi ecosystem?
Look, and we only have 40 seconds, and you really need to come back because you're very high level. But it's not just bridges and protocols that affect each other. It's also jurisdictions, right? I mean, since FTX's international business crashed as opposed to FTX US, we really do have to raise this question, though, right? Like, how interconnected are international jurisdictions to each other? And maybe I shouldn't have asked you that. Maybe a short answer is just needed.
Yeah, let's put it this way. Does crypto really have a jurisdiction?
Mm.
Crypto is based on an open internet
You know what?
ecosystem.
Let's do this. I'm going to ask you that question again when we have more time to answer it. And I've got Brent Xu here on the Daily Drop.